Hello, introduce me myself. I'm Rezky Ardiansyah Putra. My student ID is 212122518. Firstly, I would like to review the performance from Jay Walker. He used the beginning statement or thesis statement. His thesis statement is he start from maniacs, yeah, which is maniacs can be dangerous and etc. And he stated the word has maniacs, which is maniacs for learning English. Yeah, one of it. And then the main content of his speech is the importance of learning English itself, and yeah, and the, and why it is important. He gave the reason because yeah, English is giving a new new hope for somebody who learned that who learned them. I mean, who learned them, and then yeah, they, it could be hope for getting a better future and job and whatever is it. And then he stated the reason the English could be problems problem solving language, which is it could be used for world or solving it solving the world problems. I mean, yeah. And then uh, the, the concluding part is yeah, he concluded that English is really important, that it could be a global world, global language for, and it will be common language in the world. So it could be help world common problems. He stated in the end of his speech, and yes, the method he used, it seems like actually it seems that we using the cause effect cause effect approach, because in the first statement because he said he the word ha he said the word as maniacs, and the effect is it what the effect of the word has it's the meaning of learning English itself. Then he's explaining and give the reason why is it, and also the evidence that he used in his video, which is Chinese students that would be have basic Gaokao, which is contain or Gaokao is hardest exam in the world, which is contain 25% of its test is an English test, right? And then it could be really affect of their future. Yeah, as you know, Chinese is have strict education system, so it could be uh, determine their future. The exam, no, determine the future from this exam. I mean, yeah, and then the method. Actually, there are so many methods that we could use. We can use in persuasive approach. First is a problem solution approach, which is first the speaker would be stated the problem what we have, and then he or she would be offering the solution for that problem. For example, the global warming. What is global warming? It would be he would be stated the problem is what is global warming, and then the speaker would be stated what is solution from the global warming itself. And then we have a past, present, future sequence, which is based on timeline sequence. Yeah, it could be start from history. Uh, for example, you want to speech about the Olympics, you would start from the history of the Olympics itself, and then you would tell the Olympics today and and what happen will what will happen in the future for the Olympics itself. And then the time sequence, yeah, it's actually almost same, but it mostly like the process itself. It will be explained the process from the process of how a street event or activity or its problems. Maybe and then yeah, it's actually can use for persuasive speech is firstly you need to time sequence describe how it start and how it could be happen, and then and the preceding speech itself, and then yes, cause effect sequence, which is that I have told before. I have told before. I have told before, yeah, which is time effect sequence. Cause effect, I mean, his approach is described. Firstly, it's describe a particular problem that, from the cause itself, the cause, and what is the effect from its cause. So for example, I asked the the for example, yeah, the smoking effect. What is cause of the heart attack or whatever is it like that, something like that, and then or even you can use the effect cause. Yeah, it's actually flip around system, but yeah, it's actually the inverted. I mean, inverted system, which is you need to tell the effect first, and what is it called? It would be the cause. For example, and for example, you need to uh, smoking effect, and it would be causing heart attack or whatever it is. Oh, I mean, pardon me. I mean, the easily how people easily taking smoke, and then it could be it cause a heart attack or what, yeah, just like something like that. And then problem solution sequence, yeah, that I have stated before, and then geographical sequence, which is started from geographical. As you can see, we have a different geographical situation. We can start from, for example, areas in Arab Saudi, or the culture in Indonesia or whatever, because we have a different culture. And then related subtopic sequence, which is, for example, we can use related unforeseen, we can use, and then we can use radio or magazine and television advertisement, and advantage disadvantage sequence, which is, and then yeah, this sequence is actually comparing advantage or disadvantage of something, yeah, positive or negative. Yeah, you can use, for example, the advantage of national exam for the students and disadvantage of the system. Yeah, usually it's could be like that. And then the personal opinion approach, which is based your opinion about the particular problem that you would review on your stage. Yeah, you could, for example, your opinion about the demonstration. What is it? I think the demonstration would be devastating the facility of government facility. I mean, yeah, and then next you have personal experience approach that use uh, your personal experience experience for your speech. Yeah, for example, the dangers of acetylene. You have a work accident experience like me, which is I have to burn my feet or as so you could be careful with when you're working with acetylene. Yeah, that's something. And the last special approach is your own choice. We could be able to create our signature approach. Yeah, we can use a funny stories, or we can use poem for attract the audience attention. Just like that, you can experimenting with your own mind with using this. I'm sure everyone has its their special method for approaching the audience attention. Yeah. And yes, and some tips for making a good improv to speech is we need to stay calm, and we need to stay calm during speech. Of course, we need to control our anxiousness during the speech, and then yes, of course, every speech. And the second, we need to gather the attention audience with. Yeah, you can use. I have that I've said before. We can use anything. We can use thesis statement, whatever you could be able to do. So it depends what your mind. And then finish your speech gracefully. You need to really grateful because you could be able to finish your speech. And then never follow guys, whatever. Just if you have made a mistake, just pretend it's just like nothing happened. Okay. And then you could use outlining. Yeah. It depends what your it depends what approach that you use during your speech. Yeah, you could be, well, for example, you could be able to use a Monroe motivation sequence, which is divided to 5 parts, which is first attention, which is we are going to attract the attention attract the attention from the audience, and then we need to satisfy no, I mean the needs. We need to target audience needs. uh, for example, yeah, you could be able to hierarchy of needs. Yeah, for example, psychological needs and safety needs, or whatever is it. Yeah. And then you could be able to use a lot of needs is like needs and whatever is it. Yeah, needs. The point is that, and then we need to propose a solution that satisfaction with this. We need to satisfy the audience with our solution that we offer in our speech. Yeah, so we could be able to do that, and then visualize the result of our satisfaction, what would be happen if we use our solution that we offer before. And then we need to, and the last is definition as action. I mean the definition of the action itself. So we need to act based on what we offer the solution before. So we need, for example, we first for example, I would like to make about uh, the flight. The fly is a safest method for traveling. So we need to audience attention. We need to gain the audience attention for flight. Yeah, and then we could ask a question. We could be able to using a story. We could be using our personal experience or whatever we want. And then yeah, we need to identify what the audience needs. Yes, we talk about safety. It would be uh, we are targeting the safety needs from the audience, and then propose the solution that it's satisfied. We are propose the fly is the safest method because blah 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 blah, and the reason is the fly is we have a trained crew or whatever is it, and the visualize and the benefits of our our solution itself. With flight we could be faster and safer, and but yeah, we could be able to do anywhere. It's really flexible or whatever is it. And then in the last we need to act. The act with target is we need to don't be afraid of flying, so we need to just enjoy the flight, yeah, just like that. That is for small example. And yeah, during delivering this persuasive speech, we have a certain method. So we have by using manuscript, or we could read a manuscript, and we could memorize it using our brains, and then improv to the last one is improv to. And I forgot there are contemporary contemporary speech, yeah, which is not prepared and without memorizing it from the text, and it's really flexible. But I don't really understand this extra contemporary method is. Usually I'm using impromptu methods for delivering speech. And yes, during the delivery we need to what is the delivering, and what is effective delivery is. So effective delivery is we need to underline is not natural, so we need to just like our daily conversation like this, and then it should be enthusiastic. We shouldn't be expressing whatever, not really enthusiastic. Don't be like that, okay? During the delivering the speech itself, the persuasive itself. And we need to confident no matter whatever our mistakes, and we just need to pretend it it's just like it never happened, you know. Yeah. And then it's direct, and need to direct to the audience, need to, and it should be direct, and we don't need to something like it's really make the audience dizzy, yeah, just like that. Yeah, maybe that's all from me. I think that is enough. I hope that would be helpful, my explanation from the persuasive speech, and thank you for your attention. Goodbye.